the day out of the sight of the crowd as Kevin Keegan and his Southampton teammates are warming up in the gym in the hour before the start. Well, the countdown's on its way now. Last few minutes before you come back into English football. What are your feelings at this moment, Kevin?
Looking obviously very much forward to it. I think his preparation's been very good. I was watching the TV at dinner time today and got a little bit depressed because everyone was talking about all the problems with English football. But I think I've never known everyone so pessimistic at the start of a season. Really, we haven't felt it down here because we've been on the crest of a wave a little bit. We've had a good tournament, as you say, a good build-up. And I can't remember looking forward to a season like this for a long, long time. So we've sort of got the opposite trend to the rest of the country, I think.
So you don't feel under great pressure yourself to produce the goods now?
Well, I think, obviously, even when I was at Liverpool and when I was at Hamburg, the first game of the season, you're always under a certain amount of pressure. You want to get off to a good start, not just for the team and for the confidence of the team, but also for your fans and everyone. Everyone's expecting miracles today, and it's up to us to try and provide them.
So now the crowd are about to see Kevin Keegan for the first time. They've been stretching their necks for this sight for the last quarter of an hour here at the Dell. And what a reception for the England captain back from Germany. It's quite astounding. And indeed, such is the demand to see him that every Southampton home league match this season is an all-ticket affair. Kevin Keegan is back. And this is the side Kevin plays in this afternoon. Southampton without last season's top scorer Phil Boyer, who's got an Achilles tendon problem. Charlie George gets his place. The goalkeeper is Ivan Katalinic, 15 caps for Yugoslavia. And Mike McCartney is the new left-back signed in the summer from Carlisle. Manchester City, meanwhile, they're able to field what is said to be their strongest side. Defender Nicky Reid has recovered from injury. The young central defender Tommy Caton starts the season at left-back, where he's played in pre-season friendlies. And Paul Segru is fresh from non-league football with Nuneaton. He played in the last game of last season for City. The referee today is Ken Baker of rugby. Start of an important season for Manchester City's Malcolm Allison. He knows better than anyone that he must have success this season, and he's confident enough to believe that he'll get it. So Southampton get this game and a new season underway in their new strip of red and white here, broad stripes. Manchester City in an all light blue strip as Baker searches out Channon on the right here. And that's a good cross coming in from Channon. Charlie George on the far side, Corrigan, and it's Holmes, and they're in trouble here. And it didn't quite come through to Baker, and somehow Manchester City squirmed that one away. But it was a great break by Channon and a lovely cross by him. And it instantly put even a massive man like Corrigan in a bit of trouble. He really had to stretch for this one. Charlie George was on the far side. Nick Holmes with this shot here. But in the end, City just scrambled that ball away before it came through to Graham Baker. Bit again towards Channon. There's Caton. Now Charlie George. It was nicked away from him. Slight misunderstanding there in the Southampton defence involving, of all people, the experienced Tommy Boog. Here's Steve Williams, though. Put through again for Baker. Good aggressive start there by Southampton. Golak putting it in. Channon putting it just wide of that Manchester City goal. Well, there's no doubting Southampton's attacking intentions here this afternoon. Golak, the fullback, linking up well here, putting in a lower cross. Channon not really quite getting it the way he wanted, but you can see how close it was. Nicked on there by Holmes. A nice touch there by Charlie George. Keegan playing it through, and here's Williams with a chance of a shot on goal, and his finishing badly let him down. But a great break there by Southampton, in which Keegan was involved, and it really left it wide open for Steve Williams, and he really should have done better than that. There's a lovely touch by Charlie George. Keegan spotting the possibilities there for Steve Williams, and look at the gap here now for the young number 4. And he'll be annoyed with that bit of poor finishing. Ransom, Segru with Nicol, snapping just a little too fiercely at his back. And the free kick not taken from the right spot. Daly with the kick. Dennis Stewart going there into a strong attacking position. But Williams with the header getting it away. Channon getting there before Caton, finding Keegan. Looking around, leaving it to his old chum, Mick Channon. Channon shrugging past Daly. Brought down by Caton. Free kick. Tommy Caton being called towards Ken Baker. Pretty sharp talking to. It's going to be Williams with the kick. So Keegan waiting. Ranson watching him closely. And Baker on the far side. Saved by Corrigan. Oh, Baker allowed the luxury of a certain amount of space on that far side by the Manchester City defence, and gets a corner which he's about to take now. So Baker with the corner. Both Nicol and Watson have come up. And Channon! The wheeling arms and the clapping hands, and Southampton get their first goal of the season. The old ploy of somebody at the near post, a glancing backward header from a corner, and it's put Southampton into the lead. Well, they brought a new star, but it's the old star who puts them on their way. Baker's corner. And look how Channon was allowed to go through there. The glancing header beyond Corrigan, 1-0. So Southampton, after 13 minutes, go into the lead. Mike Shannon's goal. A little too short for Stewart. But here's Stewart again. What a good ball, too, for Henry on the far side. And Daly with a shot, and Kalinic getting down well behind that ball to save from Steve Daly. Quite a difficult bouncing ball, that. It was bouncing just that little bit in front of this Southampton keeper. Power's header. Channon. Golak playing it in for Keegan. A little touch there again towards Mick Channon. Golak in there. Channon again. Quite enjoyed that, but City are not being shaken off. Paul Power really sticking with his man. And Channon having another go, and in the end being brought down a free kick. And a yellow card for Paul Power. First real serious challenge, I think, that Paul Power had made. Two other City players had come pretty close to it. Oh, my word, and that was very nearly Charlie George. Well, the free kick taken quickly. And Charlie George very near to making it too. Here's Williams. Played in for George again. That time Caton closed much quicker. Golak. The ball had gone. Williams in for Baker. Trying to drag that away from Daly. Caton for City. Oh, hit straight at Keegan from Caton. Leaving it now for Charlie George. Baker picking up the loose one. Flicking it wide here for Williams. Again a little space. Hit in early for Charlie George. Oh, and he hit the post with it. What a lovely goal that would have been. Handed to them in many ways by Manchester City, but that could so easily have been too. A real soaring header by Charlie George, and at the moment Sugru making tracks towards the other end, and a free kick to Southampton. Let's look again at that moment, though, as the cross came in, and what a good early ball it was by Steve Williams. Charlie George's header against the Manchester City post. Channon brought down by Booth. Free kick to Southampton. McCartney's made a run down the left. Keegan and Holmes are over this one. Holmes, a tremendous striker of the ball, but it's got to be from the right place. Charlie George waiting and making a run. Holmes with a kick. Floated towards Watson. And now Channon. McCartney. Oh, what a good ball by McCartney. Now Holmes with a chance to get a good cross in. Charlie George! Oh, and he scooped it over. Well, it's not his day. He's thumped a header against the post. And that really should have been number 2. A lovely ball by the new full-back McCartney. And a lovely cross too by Nick Holmes. Keegan nicking it on there for George. What a good combination again. These two are again providing for this Southampton attack. Keegan now putting it for Golak. In for Baker. And this is for Holmes. McCartney. In for Holmes again. Played inside, this time for Charlie George. A lovely ball here for Holmes. A little touch coming in there. And Williams! Oh! Well, that may also have come off Henry. But they just can't get that second goal. Again, Holmes well to the fore. He's made some terrific runs, and Charlie George's pass again is really set so many people up this afternoon. Williams and the ball coming off Henry, in fact, and Corrigan having to readjust himself. George playing it in again for Channon. And is that going to be the second one? It is! Shannon's done it again, and Charlie George made that one. 2-0. 34 minutes gone. Well, what a mixed day for Mick Channon. He scored the first goal, he's got a yellow card, and now he's got the second goal. But played and made for him without question by Charlie George. What a ball by him. And Channon must have timed that run to perfection. There was no offside. And as Corrigan came out, he just lifted it over him and under the crossbar for 2-0. Now Kevin Reeves for Manchester City, who badly need to pull something back in the 7 minutes or so that remain before half-time, even to get a finger hold back on this game. At the moment they've been swamped by the really aggressive attacking play here by Southampton. There's Channon getting a long cross in there. Charlie George ducking in with a header. Baker with a header. A shot there by Steve Williams that was over, but beautiful combination again. And once again, it's Shannon's ability to get down the right. And my word, that's where they are pushing everything through, Southampton. And he's making very good use of it. A good deep cross. Charlie George ducking in on one on the far side. Baker nodding it back instead of trying one himself, which is a good idea, but then Williams put it over. Nichols' header. Half-time whistle. And Mick Channon scoring twice in the first half against his old teammates, Manchester City, giving Southampton that lead. And Kevin Keegan getting through his first 45 minutes back in the Football League and showing, well, his customary dash and skill and a marvellous understanding with Charlie George that would also be added. The crowd here at Southampton delighted with that 45 minutes, I can tell you. 2-0, and it could so easily have been 5. So a lot more still to come on the big match tonight. And a half-time score here at the Dale in Southampton. Southampton 2, Manchester City 0. We'll be back with the second half. Welcome back to the Dale at Southampton, where Southampton are leading 2-0. In fact, the Saints have never won an opening game to a season since they've been in the First Division, but I must say they seem to be well on the way at the moment, having had so much of that first half with those 2 goals from Mick Channon. So the man who is on a hat-trick, and I'm sure he'd love to get one against his old teammates. Charlie George with the backward header. Watson. Now there's a fall for Channon, who's got Williams outside him. A good break on here for Southampton, and it wants a good cross from Williams towards Keegan. A downward header, wide of the goal. He quite deliberately aimed wide of Corrigan. An acrobatic header in its way, and everything right except the direction. Channon sending Williams away down that right, and there's a good cross coming in this time from Williams. Guided it down, but as you can see, just pushed it back a little too far. Oh, there's a break, and a good break on for Kevin Reeves now for City. All stopped by the legs of Katalinic. Well, that could so easily have brought Manchester City back into this game. And it was Tommy Booth, of all people, right forward, who not only made the break, but what a lovely pass there for Kevin Reeves. Hit first time against the legs of the Southampton keeper. Charlie George playing it back. And Holmes just putting it here for Keegan. Baker. And Southampton wanting to get that free kick taken quickly, but being denied the opportunity. Holmes. Oh! And Corrigan lost it, but got it again just before Channon got in. It's a thundering drive with that left foot, this Nick Holmes. And clearly he was travelling a little faster than Joe Corrigan thought. But he got it at the second go just before Channon got there. Holmes. Watson. Played wide for Golak. Keegan chesting it down for Charlie George. Hit first time. Good skill there from Southampton. But also a very competent save from Joe Corrigan. It's Power. And now Reed. Inside the last quarter of an hour. Stewart. Caton. Stewart again. Running out of space there, being shadowed by Baker. Oh, a nice little turn there and the cross coming in, but Chris Nicol missing out. Oh, and a shot there that Daly managed to at least force a save out of Katalinic. Golak. Williams shaken off the ball by Caton. And it's going to be for Reeves, and Katalinic was in all sorts of trouble there. And Tommy Caton, who's made some quite good breaks down that left flank for Manchester City in the second half, got in another one. And Kevin Reeves with a touch, not a really convincing or powerful one, but it could so easily have caught Southampton out. Stewart. This might be for Sugru. No, Booth and Sugru are both there, and it's in the end a goal kick. Taking it on himself, going through them all, past Chris Nicol, that last one. McCartney coming across, there are men in the middle. Sugru is amongst them, and Stewart also. Oh, and what a miss. Well, there's no denying that City have had their chances really to get right back into this game in the second half. They should have been absolutely out cold by half-time. But Southampton have gone a little bit soft in this second half, and City have made what chances have come their way. Power making that one. Sugru couldn't control it. But Stewart really should have done better than that. Baker losing his man well there. George touched back to him, but he didn't really have that strength to carry it. But Charlie George going through on his own. Baker, oh, stopped there by the legs that time of Joe Corrigan. That could have been number 3 for Southampton. A throw to Southampton with Channon taking it. I'll leave it in fact for Nick Holmes. And it was put through here for Baker, cannoning off the legs of Corrigan. Williams, well, that might go anywhere. There's a certain amount of indecision there. I wonder if Keegan can take advantage of it. And a good save from Williams by Corrigan. Final whistle, and the 2 first half goals by Mick Channon get Southampton off to a winning start. 2 goals both in the first half, and a good first game for Kevin Keegan, creating exactly the right impression with his running and his industry, of course his skill, and the way he's already beginning to combine with the people around him. That really augurs well for Southampton. Charlie George, who might have had 2 goals in the first half, a brilliant first half by him, but not so good in the second. And really that goes for Southampton as a whole. And as for Manchester City, well, they look absolutely barren in the first half and could have been 5 down. A full-time score then here at Southampton. It's Southampton 2, Manchester City 0.